81 to the power of x equals x to the power of 18. How do we solve for x in this equation? Solution. We'll be using two methods to solve this equation. So let's take a look at the first method. We have 81 to the power of x equals x to the power of 18. Suppose we take the natural logarithm of both sides. So we're going to have log 81 to the power of x equals log x to the power of 18. Now recall that by rules of logarithm, whenever we have log a to the power of b, is simply the same thing as writing b times log a. So applying these properties to each of these guys, we're going to have x times log 81 equals 18 times log x. So now let's separate the variables and the constants to one side. Dividing both sides by x. So that means that this guy takes care of this. So we are left with log 81 on the left side, which is equals to 18 times log x all over x. Also, dividing both sides by 18, we're going to have 18 here. Also, we're going to have 18 here. We are left with log 81 over 18, which is simply equals to, this guy takes care of this. So we are left with log x over x. Now, let's consider this numerator. Log 81 could be written as log 9 squared all over 18, which is simply equals to log x over x. So applying the earlier properties to this guy, we're going to have 2 times log 9 all over 18 equals log x over x. 2 here 1, 2 in 18, that is 9. So we are left with log 9 all over 9 equals log x over x. So here's the trick. When we equate this denominator, we get x to be equals 9. And when we equate the numerator, that is when log 9 equals log x, log takes care of log, so x is equals to 9, which is the same value as what we got for the denominator. So let's check if what we've done is right. The original question says 1 to the power of x equals x to the power of 18. And the value of x is 9. So we are going to plug it here. So we're going to have 81 to the power of 9 equals 9 to the power of 18. So let's fix this left hand side. We have 81 to the power of 9 equals, so let's consider this exponent 9. 18 could be written as 2 times 9. This equals, this guy could be written as 9 squared. So we're going to put it in brackets times 9, which equals 9 squared is simply 81 times the exponent, which is 9. So that means the right hand side is the same thing as the left hand side. So our value of x is indeed x equals to 9. The second method is a bit tricky. Let's dive into the solution. We have 81 to the power of x, which is equals to x to the power of 18. Let's multiply both exponents by 1 over x. So we're going to have 1 over x here. Also, we're going to have 1 over x here. When we apply laws of indices to this guy, that is, let's say we have a to the power of m times n is simply the same thing as a to the power of mn. So imposing this condition to this guy, we're going to have 81 to the power of x times 1 over x, which is equals to x to the power of 18 times 1 over x. So clearly, this guy takes care of this. We are left with 81 equals x to the power of 18 times 1 over x. This implies that 81 is equals to, we can switch this guy. So we're going to have x to the power of 1 over x and pull out this guy 18. Nothing has changed. Now let's multiply both exponents by 1 over 18. So we're going to have 81 raised to power 1 over 18 equals x to the power of 1 over x times 18 times 1 over 18. This implies that we have 81 to the power of 1 over 18 equals 18 times 1 over 18 of each other. So we are left with x to the power of 1 over x. You know that 81 is the same thing as writing 9 times 9, which is 9 squared. So we are going to replace 81 with this guy. So we're going to have 9 squared times 1 over 18, which is equals to x to the power of 1 over x. This implies that 9, 2 times 1 over 18, that is 1 over 9. That is 2 here 1, 2 here 18, that's 9. So this equals x to the power of 1 over x. Now, let's equate this base. When we equate this base, we get x equals 9. Likewise, when we equate this exponents, we're going to have 1 over 9 equals 1 over x. So when we cross multiply, we get x to be equals 9, which is the same thing as what we got for the denominator. So therefore, a value of x is equals to 9.